Hi, and welcome to my pole dancing tutorial of how to climb the pole. Follow along on this video as I'm going to show you all the tips and techniques to get your climb. I'm going to show you the most common mistakes that people make and how to fix them. My name is Annie. I've been a pole dancing coach for over 20 years and my goal is to help you become the best pole dancer you can be. A lot of people, when they first think about climbing the pole, think that they lack the upper body strength. And whilst of course you need some upper body strength to be able to climb the pole, actually, good technique and using your legs properly will make your climb so much easier. I'm just going to show you a little climb. Okay, let's begin by getting our legs in the correct position. I'm a left leg climber, but I do train both sides, and it is important that you train both sides as well. Our beginning position, I'm going to take my leg up so that my knee is in line with my hip. The pole is pressing on my ankle, and for now, I am going to flex my foot. Later on, when we feel comfortable with the climb, of course, we can point that toe and we can make it look even nicer. We're going to keep the pole on the inside of our knee. I am pushing my leg right into the pole so much that if you popped out of that camera now and tried to pull my leg off the pole, you wouldn't be able to, because that is how much I'm squeezing. It's really important that we keep the pole on the inside of our knee. We don't want this leg to come forwards like this. As soon as our leg comes forwards, we lose so much of the push from our legs that help us get up the pole. So this first exercise we're going to do is really going to help you keep that leg in the right position. Flex the foot, push the pole on the inside of our knee. We're going to take our hands just above head height, and our main focus is we want to pull through our shoulders. We're really going to focus on pushing that knee into the pole. My other foot is going to come off the floor, and it's going to do that by me pulling through my shoulders and slightly through my elbows, but still keeping my chest away from the pole. And I want to really try and hold this position here. I want to avoid bending my arms too much and pulling my chest into the pole. There is a kind of a rule with pole. Obviously, there are going to be exceptions to this rule, but we never really want our body weight above or below our grip points, because this can just make the move really hard to hold, and often then you'll just come down out of the move. So what I mean by that is we have two grip points here, our hands and our knee. If I keep my arms relatively straight, pulling through my shoulders, I have a nice position to hold. If I bend my elbows, can you see how my weight went above my knee and pushed my knee down off the pole? So keep that chest away, push that knee into the pole as much as you can, and that position should feel nice and stable for you. Let's take it to the other side. I'm doing my other side for YouTube. Inside knee, inside of the knee on the pole, making sure it doesn't come up into the thigh. Hands above head height, bending the elbows slightly, pulling through the shoulder until the back foot comes off the floor. If you're feeling good in that position, that feels nice and easy, we're going to learn the second part of the climb. This I call a pole squat. The starting position is exactly the same. Flexing the foot, pushing the pole on the inside of the knee. Our second leg, we're going to wrap around in front of the pole, aiming for the back of the knee with our knees together. We really want to avoid putting the sole of our foot on the pole. It's not just for aesthetic reasons, because putting the sole of your foot on the pole doesn't look quite as nice, and if you ever want to use heels when you're dancing as well, you won't be able to climb that way. It also puts the pressure on the wrong part of your leg and does actually make the climb more difficult. When you first learn, you put everything into it, every single muscle you own. You just grip around the pole and try and get up. But I promise you, if that foot comes around in front, this will feel a lot easier. Flexing the foot, pushing the pole on the inside of the knee, hands just above head height, keeping our bum in line with our knee. We're going to wrap that second leg around and bend. If we feel like we've got this and we're squeezing our knees, you might feel comfortable to let go with one arm. You can place that arm on again and release the other one. And then come down. And then you can do your other side, but I'm not going to bore you with my other side, but make sure you have a go. Second bit we're going to add on now, we're going to learn with our feet on the floor so it's nice and safe. We're going to go back into that pole squat position, but we're going to start on the floor this time. In this position, I want you to rise up to make sure that your knee and your hips are in line, just like they would be higher up. And to go up, I want you to tuck your hips under, push your hips into the pole, then your belly button. Can you see how my arms have only just started to bend now? And then lastly, pull my chest into the pole. Most people, when they first learn this, even if they're off the floor, they try really hard to pull with their arms, and then our weight is directly above and below our grip points, and it will make it hard. Trust me, it will make it harder. So we want to keep our chest away and hips up first as we rise up into our climb. If you think, Annie, I've got this, feels great, then let's level up just slightly. I would like you to release one arm, still on the floor. In this position here, one hand on the pole, it doesn't matter because you can swap hands and then you can also swap sides and hands again. So we want to make sure our hips are in line with our knees. Tuck your hips under, slight bend in the elbow to pull our chest in last. If this is all making sense, clicking into place, and you are now dying to get onto the pole, let's do it. Leg up, pressing the foot, pressing the inside of the knee. Arms above head. Making sure from the get-go your shoulders are starting to engage. You are pulling them back. You're going to wrap the second leg round behind the knee, bending it so your ankles are crossed. Tuck your hips under. Can you see how this already creates a rise in the climb? Tuck them under, push them in, then your belly button, then your chest. To come down, you can just squat down, pushing your butt back, and then pop off the pole. Honestly, the first part of the climb is the hardest. If this is feeling good for you now, you're going to be up there in no time. But before we do that, I'm going to give you one more little conditioning exercise that you can do. I love giving these things that you can try at home because they're nice and safe without you having to risk going super high if you're training alone at home. We're going to start in exactly the same position, leg, leg. This time, we're going to release one hand. Tuck your hips under, push your hips in, slight bend of the elbow, and pull right up into the pole. Pop your hand on to come down. You can do it without. And see how that feels. The reason I love giving that little exercise there is because even the people that really feel like they're using their legs, often they still are overusing their arms just a little bit. And by climbing with one arm on the pole, you will know instantly if your technique is absolutely spot on or not. Okay, let's do the second part of the climb. The second part, the third part, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, it then repeats itself over and over again. So let's focus on this technique and making sure it is perfect. Because once you nail it, your climb will just feel amazing. I'm going to come down just a little bit lower so I don't pop off screen. So I'm going to start my climb from here. We've pushed up. We are going to reach our hands up nice and high. You can see at this point here, I'm like hanging out of my joints a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So I need to pull my shoulders down, imagining my shoulder blades are coming down into my back pocket. So I'm pulling down. This engagement here should free up your legs so that you can slide them up. Can you see how it's not in my knees anymore? If I was to just try and push up now, that climb would feel impossible. So we need to shift our bum back so the pole goes right in between our knees again. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. I love this visual cue. It works for a lot of people. Imagine you're at home in the kitchen or something. I don't know. Someone comes up behind you, way like to dance or something, and you're like, absolutely not. No. You're going to push your bum back. I hope that works for you. It works for a lot of my students. If not, what we're going to do is think about just pushing our bum back. I'm going to start the climb super low so you can see the second bit. Reach up nice and high, pull the shoulders down, legs should feel nice and loose. We're going to slide them up. Push your bum back into your knees. Tuck your hips under and rise up. And you've done it. To come down, loosen the grip between your legs and your hands so you can slide down for safety. It is normal to get some pain and some bruising on your shin and on your foot. That does go away in time, but it is normal. You should never feel any short, sharp, pulling or stabbing pains in any muscles, but a little bit of friction burn on your legs is absolutely fine. And that's how to climb the pole. I hope you found it useful, but if you do have any questions, please do pop them below.